Guys, welcome back to the channel and have a look at this amazing S63 that we have here from Cavallo Prestige. The pinnacle of luxury and performance. The thing is loaded, it has every feature you could possibly want in a car, except Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So that's what we're gonna add to this car today. Recently, an influencer, Troy Candy, just bought one of these. So if his car doesn't have CarPlay, we're coming for his as well. 12.3-inch screen from factory, digital dash as well. I could go through the options list, but if you know this car, you know it has so many great features and it is a beautiful car. We'll take a look inside and we'll get this CarPlay module done. So step inside, guys, and just have a look at this luxurious interior. Mercedes really didn't miss on this car. Everything is just luxury. These seats I'm sitting in right now are so comfortable. It has ambient lighting already. It has everything, and it's not a car that you really want to go ahead and muck around with and change and modify and do these crazy things to. You can do a diamond wrap like Troy Candy did, or you can leave it as it is. Let's turn the unit on and have a look at what we have. Straight away, AMG for the S63 running the NTG5 system. Now the module that we use is very similar to a normal NTG5, except it has been optimized to work with this massive 12.3-inch display. Now if we go over to media, just pressing these buttons on the dash here we can see Bluetooth is ready to pair, which is perfect. So the customer's phone will pair right to this, and then once the module's in, we'll be able to show you guys how to access Apple CarPlay. So to add CarPlay to a vehicle like this, what we really need to start doing, or where to look, is right here at the center console, and we're not working up here. We're actually starting back here. So we're going to remove this panel. Now, one thing I like to do when working on these Prestige cars is we're going to put down our microfibers, we're going to make sure everything's neat. I'm going to make sure I either haven't touched anything dirty today, which I haven't, or wear gloves. Take note of all the fine details, where all these panels meet. And what we're going to do is just ensure there's no scratches, nothing that's going to damage anything back here. From here to here to here, we need to make sure everything just stays in the working order that it is. And if it's not working, I do like to check everything. While we've got it apart, we can look at fixing it. But of course, a car like this, everything is working. So let's get into it. So at the very back, the rearmost cover comes off, and we have 4 Torx 30s in there. And then in here, we're going to take out the cup holder area and these little bottom covers, the rubbers there. And there's going to be more Torx 30s in here. And we basically have to remove this whole center console once we get the screws out. And there are some fascia panels that have to come out as well around this CD changer. And then once this thing goes up and out and we've unplugged everything, the main radio module, the CD changer, is here. So that's basically where we need to get. So once we've got this part unscrewed and that part unscrewed, we need to remove this center console, which is potentially the hardest part of the job. So the tricky part is getting this center console up and back, obviously without scratching anything, and then getting underneath it to unplug. There's about 5 plugs that sit underneath it, and then we need to maneuver the whole thing out. A lot of people will try to do the whole job and the module, everything with this center console in place. It's a bad idea. Underneath it, there's a bunch of metal that are the brackets that, you know, connect this thing to the chassis. If you leave it in the car, you run the risk of scratching everything's leather in here. So you run the risk of scratching leather or scratching wood grain or scratching or breaking something. So it is harder, but it is better to remove this center console. And that's what we're going to do. Is that? There we go. Okay. So we've pulled this out to an area that I'm comfortable with. My hands are underneath this bracket where we're going to very firstly put down a cloth. And then I can basically get under here and start unplugging stuff. Imagine. It's all on film, mate.
type of interiors, you just gotta...
All right, there we go. And as we have just witnessed, I did that on my own. Not recommended for DIY or first timers or non-professionals. I say that because we've done a lot of these and I have staff that can help me pull that panel out, but I've done a lot of S classes in general, not a lot of S63s, but a lot of S classes, which is all the same in terms of how that panel comes out. And you need to do a lot of them to be able to get that panel out and maneuver it in the way you need to get it out. You don't want to risk dropping it or doing something crazy. So anyway, that panel's out. We now are going to get that CD changer out and we'll start putting the module in. Also, while we're here and this is on the bench, it's a good opportunity for us to give the side panels and even the top panels a nice detail, just because the customer is not going to be able to reach these areas. So while it's out, why not give this whole panel a really nice clean, so that, you know, when it goes back in, just a nice little extra touch. So with the radio module out, we've got the main quad lock connector, which we're going to use, and we have the main LVDS cable, which we are also going to use. And down here, we have our interface. Now, this is going to be a pretty straightforward install in terms of how far we do usually go with, you know, custom flush mount USBs and stuff. When we work with dealerships across Melbourne, because we do work with a lot of them, we get the same very specific instructions, which makes sense. No holes, no microphone, no ugly, nothing. The car needs to be as close to original as possible. So this module will be wireless CarPlay, work with the factory Bluetooth audio, that's it. No USB, no holes drilled anywhere, no microphone external, nothing, just all using OEM stuff. And that's what this module does here. So for us, it's good because it makes the job a bit easier. And for the customer and the dealership, it's good because it is as well integrated as it can be. Obviously, it's not original and no one sells it as original, but we can sell it as close to original as you can possibly get, which you'll see very soon. Okay, plug and play portion is complete. So basically we take this out, we've got a quad lock plug and play connector, and then we take the LVDS cable out, which you can see here. We plug our harness in, and then it gives you another one that goes back into the original. It's like a T harness. And then we've got one LVDS that will go into the new module. We've got power and CAN bus input plug for the new module. Accessories, don't worry about. We're not adding anything to this car. It's got everything you could ever want. And now what I'll do is plug the module in, and I'm going to aim to put the module in here. There is a lot of room in there. Look at that. So we can sort of double side it there. And, you know, it's somewhat accessible. It would be better if it was in that area, but it's very, very tight for space in there. And, you know, I still might. I still might. We'll see how we go. The module's not super big, you know, it's quite small, but it needs to go somewhere where we can mount it, know it's secure, and also be able to access it without having to take the whole center console out again. All right, guys, we are completely finished with the S63, and have a look at how everything has come together. If we go down on the passenger side, we did end up getting the module down here where we wanted it, but as you can see, there is no way to tell. There's no bulges or any issues with the paneling or the carpet. Everything fits in there really, really nicely. And now we can show you guys how this system works. So we'll jump in, turn the car on, we'll get our beautiful AMG logo. So this is all the original stuff, original settings, menus, original dash, everything's original. And right away, we're into Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, depending on what you use. Now using the original NTG controller, let's turn the volume down, we can go through, and here you see just how fast this system is all the way over. We've got a bunch of different apps that are compatible with the car. So this one's interesting, Smart Life. Let's see if this works. Oh, there we go, CarPlay configuration. I'm gonna look at that. This is a alarm system that we've just installed at home. So I wanna see how that works. But anyway, as you can see here, Google Maps, ADT security, workshop security. We've got Waze maps here, Spotify, so you get all of your sound running through the car. We can go over, we have Apple Maps, whoops, back over here, we've got Apple Maps, Apple Music, phone calls, messages, Siri, everything will work as it should. And I've basically jumped in the car and I haven't touched anything my phone's in my pocket. So in terms of everyday use, this is exactly what you want, especially in an S-Class. You don't need to touch anything. Now to get out of the system, we'll press and hold the back button, and we are back to the original menu. So here we have all the original stuff. You've got radio, media, and what I'll do is I'll pair my Bluetooth and we'll test that sound out as well. Phone is playing Spotify. Sorry, took me way too long to get that out. Bluetooth audio on the factory system. So making phone calls, playing audio, it's all the original stuff. So you're gonna get that amazing sound quality from the Burmester sound system. Now we're gonna press and hold our button again, and we're back into CarPlay. And so if you imagine we jump in the car of a morning, CarPlay pairs on its own, Bluetooth audio pairs on its own. We can go over to Spotify, all right, and then I will go ahead and change the song because it's gonna be playing anyway. So we'll change the song, got some RD on, let's go. Okay, so you can hear the sound is going through. Now on the phone, if you look at the very bottom there, it'll show MB Bluetooth. And the only option that you have, whoops, not that, in Bluetooth list, is MB Bluetooth. So that's how you can use CarPlay through the original Bluetooth system. Now we can take that one step further, and we can go to phone, and we can dial a number. All right, just random. We go call. All right, so I'll make that call. So if we look after we've made the phone call, we press here, MB Bluetooth. So it's the only Bluetooth option. So you're going to get that really crisp Bluetooth sound. Now we'll just close that. That was just reading out voice messages. But yeah, that's basically as integrated as you can get with a CarPlay system. Now if we pop the car into reverse, we have the original 360 camera. So we're not losing any features there. Put the car into park or drive, and we're straight back in to Apple CarPlay. From here, if you take the car to service, or you need to access your settings and menus, you just press the back button and you've got all your vehicle stuff, ambient lighting, all that stuff all in here. So you don't lose anything at all. So that is basically the system completed, and that is the S63 with CarPlay. There it is, guys. That is our Apple CarPlay interface done on the S63. If you have any questions about the install, drop them in the comments below. If you want to reach out to us, www.shoptfb.com, installation inquiries, all that stuff, right? Go to the website and we can help you out. If you want to grab that module, first link in the description. That's pretty much all. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.